Hey guys, what if we combined and made a snack? I think you're nuts for suggesting that idea. Hey man, do you have a chip on your shoulder? Frankly, I think it's an oat-tastic idea. Today, I will be reviewing Bobo's peanut butter chocolate chip oat bites. So they look like tiny mini oat muffins. Well, this isn't really that tiny, but like little oat muffin things with chocolate. It says plant-based, dairy-free, so I assume it's vegan. So yeah, my mom bought these for me to try. I'll see how they are. Nutrition on the side here, 160 calories, 8% for total fat, 20% for saturated fat, no cholesterol, 3% for sodium, 9% for carbs, 14% for added sugar, and then 3 grams of protein. So a lot of saturated fat, maybe a little bit on the sugar too, but overall not super terrible outside of saturated fat, I guess. Let's open her up. They're individually packaged, I guess. Interesting. I didn't expect them to be well, I guess I don't know why I didn't expect them to be individually packaged. I guess that's the only way that really makes sense. A lot of plastic though. So this is what one package looks like. Got ingredients on the back here and all their marketing stuff. Doesn't look too bad. All right, here we've got one. Looks like a little muffin thing in the package. It's very hard. It's not like rock solid, like I can bend it a little bit, but it's pretty tough. Let's open her up. So this is what it looks like. Uh, little like muffin-ish thing. It is pretty tough. Like if I squeeze it, I can bend it a little bit, but it's pretty tough, slightly sticky. I don't think it really leaves much of a residue, but that is what it is. Get a little bit, maybe closer look at the texture here. Yeah, I guess you can see the oats. I don't really see much chocolate, but maybe it's inside. All right, I'll give it a bite. All right. So first off, it is pretty thick. I don't know if chewy is the right word, but I've got to chew it a lot in order to feel like I'm getting it down. In terms of chocolate, there's really not much. You can maybe see a little bit of chocolate on the side. Their little thing here where it's got like a bunch of chocolate things throughout doesn't seem to be particularly accurate. Maybe it's a bit of a roll of the dice, and this one just ended up without much chocolate in it. But there's not much chocolate. Okay, there is a little bit of sweetness to it, almost kind of vaguely like honey. Now, it tastes nowhere at near as sweet as honey. It's just kind of vaguely there, but it's like almost like it's slightly glazed in it or something. I don't know. What it really reminds me of is whenever my mom would try to make alternatives to recipes and she'd do it with oatmeal instead of like normal flour or whatnot. This is similar to that, where it's like thicker. It, quite frankly, doesn't taste as good as like normal pastries just with flour. It's got a little bit of a oaty taste, but I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. It doesn't really have a strong flavor. It's just kind of oats with a bit of like sweetness added. There are little bits of chocolate, but there's really not that much chocolate. And probably the worst part is that it's so chewy or thick. It's not a great texture. All right, I'm gonna have the final bite. So for my conclusion, one, this has peanut butter in it, and maybe I'm just stupid and didn't really taste it that much. I I guess that's probably one of the things that holds it together, and maybe part of why it's so thick. But yeah, oats, peanut butter, not much chocolate, but a little bit of chocolate. Maybe something else too to make it a little sweeter. Overall, though, I'm not really a fan. I think I just don't enjoy oatmeal-based pastries as much as a normal wheat or whatever pastry. It does feel like to me they are a lesser health food substitute for something a little more unhealthy that tastes and feels quite a bit better, to be honest. It's not terrible though. The only really big disappointing thing is was the number of the amount of chocolate. I didn't feel like there was very much chocolate in there. Overall, I don't want to be mean. I'm gonna give it like a 4 out of 10. I think I'm really just not that big on oatmeal based pastries. I think it just ends up being too thick and chewy. The peanut butter probably didn't really help there. Granted, I've been having peanut butter for and stuff for a while, so I'm a little tired of peanut butter, so that certainly didn't help. Also, a little disappointed by the lack of chocolate, but overall, while I was eating it, I was just thinking I would have just liked it better if it were just a chocolate muffin or a muffin with chocolate chips in it and not this. But for what it is, I think it's probably okay. It's just not my thing. I guess it is gluten-free, dairy-free, plant-based, 100% whole grain. So you gotta work with what you got. And I think for that, it comes out as okay. But it definitely comes out as okay. But there are other things that this seems to be mimicking that I think are better. Anyway, that's my conclusion for this. 4 out of 10. Probably better if you like oatmeal based pastry snacks. I guess this bumps up to like 6 or 7. Thank you for watching. See ya. Welcome to the outro, my dudes. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. In this outro, I'd like to apologize because I've been slacking on video making, and the reason for that is pretty obvious. I've been playing way too much World of Warcraft. I've been playing Wrath of the Lich King Classic, and I leveled 2 characters to 70, which was kind of a mistake prior to release. And I decided to play my Warlock to 80. Got a decent bit towards pre-raid best in slot, but still got a ways to go. But now that I've, like, you know, got a character to 80, I kind of don't feel like, you know, I can just get in there and play constantly. I'm kind of time gated a little bit, whereas with leveling, you of course can just, you know, always be moving forward. So I'm gonna hopefully start working on making videos some more. Over here you can see the other character I leveled up to 70, and then I was thinking about also leveling up a tank at some point, but that's gonna have to wait until later when I've got resources to make that go by quickly. Anyway, hopefully my addiction ends soon. Thank you for watching. See ya.